Hi, today we discuss about models, simulation, and virtual testing. Scientific model is the representation of a real thing and it serves as a very useful tool in scientific investigation. Models are often used to evolve or formulate theories. When direct observation and the studies of actual phenomena or the objects is rather difficult or impossible. Hardware models, software models, mathematical models are different forms of models. The atoms model constructed by Bohr and Rutherford and double helix models of the DNA was proposed by Watson and Crick are some examples of models. Models can be accurate or inaccurate representation of a real thing. The theories framed on the basis of an accurate model would be correct, and the other hand, the theories formulated on the basis of the inaccurate models would be partially correct or completely wrong. In such a case, the basic model has to be repeatedly refined until a perfect model capable of explaining all the experimentally observed facts is constructed. The theories formulated on the basis of this model would prove to be correct. In biological and biomedical research, various kinds of model organisms are used on the belief that discoveries made in them will be applicable to working of other organisms also. Model organisms are widely used to explore the cases, consequences, and treatments of human disease. Studies on the model's organisms can be informative, but formulating generalization on the basis of such studies is difficult. There are many model organisms. One of the first model systems for molecular biology was the colon bacterium Escherichia coli, which inhabit human digestive system. Several bacterial viruses that infect E. coli have been very useful model for the study of gene structure and gene regulation. Several yeasts have been widely used in the studies on the genetics and cell biology, largely because they grow and multiply quickly. The fruit fly, Drosophila melanogaster, is taken as the model organism for genetic studies. Guinea pig is a well-known model organism in medical research. Simulation is the imitation of real thing, state of affair or process. It is very useful in scientific investigation, especially when testing in the real condition is impossible. For example, to study the origin of life, it is not impossible to go back in the time and conduct experiment. However, it is possible to recreate in a laboratory the conditions prevalent during the time of origin of life. In 1953, Miller and Urey recreated the primitive conditions of prebiotic Earth. They used a highly reduced mixture of methane, ammonium, hydrogen, and water vapor to form organic monomers such as amino acid. Recently, computer simulations have been largely used in medical research. Many medical simulators consisting of a computer connected to a plastic simulation of the relevant anatomy. In the other simulation, visual components of the procedure are reproduced by a computer graphics techniques. Virtual testing, that means which is not a real but a conceptual, processing the salient features of the real. Virtual testing, also known as virtual reality technique, it is testing of hypotheses using computer method. In biology, the techniques have been successfully used in behavior research. The German scientists claimed that by using virtual reality technique, they were able to analyze the visual clue used by fruit flies to evaluate objective distance. Medical science and some other major segments of biological science rely on the visualization of the relationship between anatomical structure and biological function. Computer recognition and the multi-dimensional medical and histological image data provide a powerful new visualization tool for biologists and physicians. Vocal-based computer visualization has a number of important use in basic research.